in the diagram below, G is the point where the Greenwich meridian crosses the equator. Lines of latitude 70 degree north and 30 degree south, and lines of longitude 80 degree east and 40 degree west are given. State the latitude and longitude of the following points: A, P, B, Q, C, R, D, X, E, Y, and F, Z. Now this is the diagram. The diagram is telling us that we have a latitude 70 degree north, and I've explained that before in our previous video, that any latitude above the equator is the northern part, while latitude below the equator is the southern part. Now, for us to be able to determine the point of P, Q, R, X, and Y, don't forget that we are to write latitude first before longitude. Reason because latitude is on x-axis. Another term for that is known as what? Abscissa. And longitude is on the y-axis. Another term for that is ordinate. And don't forget, whenever we write a point like this, 2, 3, it means that 2 is the abscissa and 3 is the ordinate. That is, 2 is x-axis, while y is on the y-axis. What I'm trying to say is that we are to write x before y. That is why we're going to be writing the latitude first before the longitude. So for us to determine that of P is of point, you can see this latitude 70 degree north and the longitude 40 degree west. And that will now give us what? 70 degree north, comma what? 40 degree west. And that of the Q will now be what? Q, which is what? Latitude 70 degree north. Latitude 70 degree north. And that of the longitude what? The longitude, that is Greenwich meridian. Because the question is telling us that the diagram below, G is the point where the Greenwich meridian crosses the equator. And I've explained that the longitude that passes through the center of the Earth is known as what? The Greenwich meridian. So that gives us what? Is 0 degree west. Even if we don't put west or east there, once it is 0 degree, we know it's at the center, which is the Greenwich meridian. So what of R? R is latitude 70 degree north. Can you see their meeting point? 70 degree north. And what? That of the what? The longitude 80 degrees. Longitude 80 degrees. The meeting point of latitude 40 degree and the longitude 80 degree. And that of D, which is X. That of the X is on the equator too. And that is 0 degree north. The longitude of what? Longitude 80 degrees. Longitude 80 degree east. Then Y. Point Y is latitude 30 degrees south and the longitude 80 degree east. 80 degrees. Then the final one, which is the Z. Z is on what? That's latitude 30 degrees south and what? Longitude 40 degree west. This is how to locate the points on the Earth's surface using that of the latitude and longitude. Thank you.